Well, hello, everybody. My name is Crowns. Many of you may or may not know me, but my name is Crowns, and I will be bringing live to you today the 8 Hour Stars Cup. Today, we're going to be watching Group 7, which is none other but Africa, Pakistan, and South Asia groups coming in together today to actually show us what they've got. Now, the 8 hour tournament is being hosted by 8 Hour Organization. I don't know if you've seen them, but I do see them on my social media. So be sure to check them out on social media. But that being said, like I said, my name is Crowns. We're going to be getting into the matches today. We do know, I don't know if you guys watched it before this point, but we'll be having 6 matches today. I believe there's 5 groups in total. So we're going to be switching groups, which means not all the teams that you see in the beginning, you wouldn't be seeing all the teams play all the games you get. Like there will be a little bit of mixing. But anyway, welcome to everybody who's in the chat. I'm really excited and psyched to bring this game or to bring these games live to you. My name is Grounds. Like I did say, today we'll be having Group 7. The teams in the that you'll be seeing will be teams from Africa, teams from Pakistan, and teams from South Asia. And these are not just any teams, these are like the best of the best teams in that region. So that being said, I am looking forward to seeing, what they're doing today. Or this is actually Super Week 1, so we'll be seeing these teams are trying to actually get themselves into Super Week 2. But without further ado, we'll be getting into the first match of the day. It's going to be none other but Miramar, starting off with one of the I would say one of the very common playing paths that we get to see in Miramar. Is going to be none other but from that playing path that comes from the east and goes straight down to the southwest. Not the best of playing paths, especially for teams who have landing spots in like La Cabrera, El Pozo, teams that like to go to Hacienda, teams that like to go to El Azhar. These are teams that will be having a whole lot of issues with this playing path because the playing path definitely not the best of options. But to be honest, I'm actually quite excited to actually see all of these teams play today because it's actually been a whole long time since I've actually seen crazy PUBG Mobile, and we don't get to see these teams play against each other every day, right? So it's pretty much a fairly new lobby for all of these teams. I don't think anyone knows where anyone's drop spot is, and this will just be the way to find out. So it's more of a problem, or it's a situation of you just have to hope your drop spot is not being landed. But then there's actually some teams that I prefer or like when their drop spots are being contested, and well, I don't know what to say about that one, but things happen. People, we all have like our different preferences. But anyway, teams in the lobby today, or in this first match of the day, will be none other but Virtual Gaming. We've got the guys from Freestyle, we've got Blackjack Esports, we've got I8 Esports, we've got A1 Esports, we've got DRS Gaming, we've got the guys from the Grounders, we've got Bablu in the lobby, we've got STE also in the lobby, we've got Triple Esports, we've got the guys from Elementrix Esports, we've got Rage also in the game, and the last team that will be the Arctic Pythons. And now let us talk about that zone, because as we can see, that is pretty much a central zone. I mean, if the playing path were to be nicer, this would have been a very good zone. But looking at the fact that playing path was definitely not the best, this is actually a pretty fair zone actually, because I see this zone going center and center, and I feel like many of these teams would actually be very happy about what they've got going on here. I see a little bit of hot drops going on, and we can already see players from STE trying to get the players from the grounders off of the sky, and this is where there's a lot of problem. STE already losing one player to that engagement, but the guys from the grounders are just very thankful that they are very good with their parachute. They're able to control those parachutes, and they will be out here just contesting for that San Martin part of the map. And like I said, there will be a lot of drops or hot drops, because not everybody knows where everyone's landing spot is. So there's pretty much that little bit of respect factor is actually not there. So no one actually knows where anyone lands. So everyone is just out here doing their regular thing, and it's just getting crazy. The guys from A1 Esports already securing themselves 2 kills already, and I believe that was onto some of the players from Blackjack Esports, as Blackjack Esports do lose I think 2 of their players actually in that engagement to the guys from A1 Esports. They're out here on that eastern edge of Los Leones, where we've got Reverb up against three players of A1 Esports, and they definitely are aware of his position. As you can just see them moving closer and closer, trying to find their way over to the other side. But here we go, Blackjack Esports having just one player left, and left to me, if I were to be this one player, I would say actually get out of here, try to find a way to survive, try to get yourself those placement points, because this is we know the way the placement points work, right? It's 15, 10, and when you're finishing anything lower than the top 10, you know that you're not going home with any placement points. But the guys from A1 Esports are definitely looking for those Q points, as you just see them moving, searching frantically for that last player from Blackjack Esports. A1 Esports happening to be one of those teams that I'm keeping my eye out for, because I mean they are A1 Esports, bro. Like you just have to keep your eye out for them. So yeah, A1 Esports is actually one of these teams that I'm keeping my eye out on, and I'm hoping to see how well they'll be able to play today. If they're going to be able to prove me right that Crowns was right to keep his eye out for us. But anyway, there's a whole lot of hot drops. We just see the guys from Virtual Gaming enjoying themselves out there in Chuma Serra. They would have no hot drops to them. The guys from Arctic Esports also having fun on that southern edge of the map. The guys from Bablu find themselves in Los Leones. Los Leones happens to be a big enough place that can, contain about three players. But anyway, the guys from STE in the battle from for San Martin actually still continues, as we can already see shots going in. One player already down for the guys from the Grounders, and there we go, another player going down. It's going to be Pika, and just like that, the guys from the Grounders find themselves in a mad disadvantage. And I say that because you could already tell from the landing pattern, the guys from Stalwart Esports found a way to land on the top of the mountain, so they pretty much had that high grounds, and now they've even got guns like SLR in the hand, and these are, oh sorry, SKS, these are guns that actually will be very good for those long range engagements. But anyway, one player does bleed out, and here we go, the fight's already engaging. There was a little bit of a trade, as the guys from Stalwart did lose one player. He's gonna be Scry, but I believe the revive will start getting processed, and Pika is the one who seems to be trying to attempt for that revive. Jigsaw actually might just see him, but I think that revive will come up quite nicely, and they will be able to get that full reset. Maybe not the full reset. They did lose Action, who happens to be one of the key players for that team. A very very solid player, if you know what I'm saying. I've actually watched that man play, and we know just how crazy that man gets. But anyway, this is something I am looking out to see. Like I said, the boys from Blackjack Esports, that solo player definitely trembling wherever he is, because it's just like, you know what, oh please do not let these players find me. Anyway, still talking about this fight out here in San Martin. It's actually one that, looking at the positioning of the players on the map, right? You just see the guys from Stalwart Esports having a 3-1 split. We've got top on the top, is on the top of the hill, and then the guys from the Grounders able to impressively get one revive off. So which means they will be down here with three players to just hold things up and hold themselves, which is actually quite impressive. I pretty much like to see when teams actually are able to grab their revives, and they're able to be fine. When you lose players, you're able to grab your revives, and you're able to get yourself back up, give yourself that little bit of that man advantage, because we all know PUBG Mobile, right? It all boils down to how many players you have up. I mean, there's some exceptions at times, but pretty much that is what it always boils down to. But anyway, just before this fight has ended, we already have a third party situation going on in San Martin, and this is something we pretty much know Miramar to, right? We always know Miramar to be that map of extreme madness, right? Everyone is actually pretty much crazy in Miramar, and you can already see we've not even finished the fight in San Martin. We already have another team coming into the vicinity. It's going to be Elementary Esports. Precious definitely knows there is a team here, and the last player from Blackjack Esports eventually gets spotted out as Blackjack Esports, who will be going out first in the lobby, 13th place. But as I was saying, you already see that third party already coming through. That player from Elementrix definitely knows what is going on out here in San Martin, as it does look to be a little bit of a stalemate in a 3v3 situation. It kind of makes me wonder who Action died to, because Stalwart Esports have lost Action, but the guys from the Grounders still have 0 kills, which means Action did not die to the guys from the Grounders. It definitely died to a different other team, which is very very sad, because like I said, that man happening to be one of the strongest player in that team. You already see the guys from Elementrix rotating away from that fight. Definitely doesn't want to waste too much time in San Martin. And I pretty much like the position he's going to hold, right? Because that's actually a good position. But anyway, we already have more engagements coming in as the guys from Triple E Sports find themselves in a very, very tricky position. Easy lands on that beautiful grenade coming in from the players from Elementrix, and that's going to be Triple Sports losing one player early on in the game. I wouldn't even call this a rotational cluster. I would just call this be it unfortunate, because pretty much that player found himself quite unfortunate. The guys from Elementrix holding 2 kills to their name. Triple Sports definitely going to be pained about that one, but they do look like they will just be sitting on the top of this hill trying to just continue their rotation, continue their style of play. Shots will be going out towards that player from from Elementrix Esports, but fortunately none of those shots will be doing a lot of damage. And I'm looking forward to seeing how much players would be using the sniper rifles in this game. I do know many of the African players like to use those sniper rifles, those DMRs, and I really like to see them in action for this Miramar match. Anyway, it's not like we're gonna get any shot or any less Miramar action, because like I said, we've got 6 matches today. It's gonna be all Erangel and Miramars. So be sure to grab your water, be sure to get ready, because it's gonna get really, really crazy out here. And to be honest, I am here for it. I kind of like when I see players try to use the buggies to climb the hill. I mean, because to me, I'm like, that shouldn't even be possible, but they do it. So I'm just like, whether they do it or they don't do it, I am totally fine with it. Whatever they want to do, they should do. I kind of like the place because they always work fine, but this is just gonna be a little bit of sharing coming in from the guys from Elementrix and Triple Esports. But Elementrix do have a little bit of a high ground advantage, as you can just see. Mr. Hayozu is out there on the top of the hill. That man has been lethal with the grenades today, and he's letting more grenades fly. So I really want to see just what he will be able to do, if he's gonna be able to get any of those knocks, any of those engagements from the top of the hill, because like I said, he has a very good advantage up on the top of the hill. I want to see a prediction coming through. I can see a whole lot of purple, and I know there's a lot of people coming in today for the guys from A1 Esports, and to be honest, I live for that. I80 Sports, another team that I keep my eye out on. We already see them going crazy on that queue feed, and this is just pretty much most of the queues right now are just people just getting those crazy early points, and we can already see the zone shifting, and that's quite fast. So it means if you are in this lobby, you actually have to get ready for that fast-paced game, as it's a full-on engagement between the guys from Arctic Esports and I8. Nades already flying out to the position, or defensive nades coming in from the players. As you can just see, Meave is finding himself in a very, very tough spot. He's up in a 1v3, and he's not able to hold it up as he goes down to Blade. And this is where it gets crazy. The guys from Arctic Esports losing yet another player in this, or just one player actually in this engagement. The rest of the players will be able to complete that rotation, but it's all just craziness going on out here, and I kind of feel for them, because they're just trying to rotate, find a way into the zone, because that next zone shift was actually going towards that eastern edge, which means all teams that were around that western or southwestern area of the map, which is where the playing part did put us, actually has to rotate, rotates all the way to that east, which it's not the easiest of rotations to pull off, and that's why I kind of like feel for many of these teams that are actually out here today. But nothing too bad, nothing too harmful. They will be fine. I did see a little bit of fight still going on in the San Martin area, but I believe it's just a trade of knocks, which is why we see all 3 players from both teams are still up and alive. And this is something we see a lot, right? In Miramar games, especially in San Martin, it actually gets very, very it gets the time, or it actually takes a lot of time. But anyway, the introduction knock did come in through from the guys from the grounders. They did try to push up onto that one, but that cover fire coming in from that from Pika is actually just so excellent. It's going to be preventing Zigsaw from pushing up onto that fight, but the Arctic Pythons already still getting full sent by the guys from I80 Sports. These men are not playing. They are here to kill pretty much everyone, as here comes the engagement. 2 players on the side, up in a 1v4. Arctic Pythons will not be able to hold it up, as they find themselves back in the lobby. 38 players left and 10 teams left in the lobby today. It was quite sad for the guys from Arctic Pythons. They just wanted to get into the zone, but they ended up, running into Team I8. I feel like you can run into pretty much any other team in this lobby except for Team I8. That is definitely a high fragging team. Well, I mean, if I am rotating, I actually do not want to run into Team I8. But anyway, like I said, Hacienda fights in San Martin. This happens to be fights that actually, I said Hacienda, in Picado and San Martin. This happens to be fights that actually take forever. And you can just see the positioning coming in from this team. I kind of like the positioning coming in from the guys from Team Rage as they're holding it up a little bit in that off-center position. Same thing can be said about DRS Gaming. And you can already see teams that like to play it from the edge. You see the guys from Bablu holding it up on that southern edge, a little bit close to the center. And I kind of like the fact that no team is actually playing that solid edge yet, right? Pretty much everyone is playing a little bit close to the center, trying not to stay too far away from the circle, because we all know the way Miramar works, right? You kind of get two very pardoning zones, but when you start getting to zone 4, zone 5, these are where you start getting those crazy shifts. And I know players definitely do not like that, those hard shifts. As a caster, I pretty much like those. I really, really like those hard shifts because I live for it. I just want to see, I just want to see a lot of chaos. I just want to see a lot of action going on in the game. But anyway, speaking of action, we've got the guys from STE have already found their way to be very, very close to the grounders as Pika will actually make that scry. He's got company. I believe there's two players just outside his position out there, and that man is definitely hearing those footsteps. He's definitely hearing a little bit of those audio cues, and he knows that there's something going on. There's two players close to me, and the question is, how is STE going to react to this these repositioning coming in from the guys from the grounders? Zigsaw is just downstairs. Scry is definitely aware of that position, doesn't want to overextend, and now you see that movement from Zigsaw. Definitely Scry is aware, right? And left to me, I would have screamed push, 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 push. But you can see just how Zigsaw is holding it. He's holding it in a position where he can actually be covered, which means he cannot get knocked without getting traded. Which means if he gets knocked, someone else is going to be there to knock the person that knocked him, which is a very impressive play coming out from them. But like I said, that fight is one that would actually take almost forever. So we hope to see how that one's going to pull up. Virtual Gaming, they've got their scouts, foes, looking for a beautiful position for them to hold in that circle as they're currently holding it up on that western side of the circle. We're about to get yet another zone shift, and there comes the hard shift that everyone was here comes the hard shift that I've been anticipating. The question is, where did that hard shift, or where did that zone take the hard shift towards? We do see Nate already coming out, and I've been expecting those plays early on, the Nate plays, and it's only a matter of time, right, before these two teams actually have to take that fight. As we can, it is a southern zone shift. So pretty much those teams holding it up on the south find themselves in a good position, and Team Rage will find themselves just holding it up on the north of that circle. They do look to be going for a little bit of a rotation, looking like it's heading towards that eastern edge, which I wouldn't be too surprised if they do, because pretty much these are places that they know that there's most likely nobody there, and they will just be chilling out there. But the guys from A1 Esports find themselves in a good position in the zone. Freestyle also finding themselves in a good position, but this is where it becomes crazy for the guys in San Martin. They have to leave, and here comes the push. Scry is able to push downstairs, or actually make that top coming in from the off angle to take down one of the other players from the grounders, and there they go. It is now a 3v2, and they are very aware, the guys from STE, they're very, very aware of where these last two players from the grounders are, and you can already see the smokes coming in through. You can already tell that they're about to, get started on the push. They've got just 1 minute on the clock, which means they have to push up this fight. They have to find a way to get out of here, because these zones, they do not wait for anyone. Here comes the full push. It's a 1v2. Scry on top, up against Evil Boy. As you can just see the shots coming in. Evil Boy just trying to hold it up on that off angle, on that little edge, and it's almost like a two-way fight. Here comes the play, the window play, and Evil Boy is definitely holding it up, using that window to the greatest of his advantage, but unfortunately would not be able to hold it up. Top finds him, and now it is just one player, and here comes the pan. I'm pretty sure people in the chat are actually, they really want to see that one happen, and it's not one more player left. I kind of like the play coming in from that off-angle player, Pika, from, I was just talking about Pika, and he just got sniped. Anyway, Um, I like the play coming in from Pika there on that push. He kept on shooting, so he knows that that off angle, that player, that last player from the grounders would not be able to play his off angle position quite alright, and that's actually good. And here comes that. I feel like that team coming in, which is DRS, actually are just here played spoiler of the century, as they have just spoiled the game for pretty much Stalwart Esports. But Virtual Gaming taking in the players from Elementrix Esports out one after the other. Elementrix just keep getting caught on those rotations, and I wouldn't actually be. I'm actually not. I'm actually not going to blame any teams for any rotational, clusters right now, because fairly new teams, everyone's tasting the waters, trying to know where they are, who is where, how who plays, how each people play. You don't get to see these people play every time. But anyway, the guys in San Martin getting third partied. Now this is where it's just getting crazy. STE, Stalwart, are actually out here. The zone is already pushing in, and they realize that they have to push in on that last player out there in San Martin. But it is now the battle for the hills. The long range fights coming in from Big Brother. I thought it was Bablu. I'm pretty sure it was Bablu. Tell me it's Bablu, or tell me it's not Bablu. I see Big Brother, but I believe it was Team Bablu. But anyway, regardless of who they are, I know them to be Team Bablu actually. We can already see shots coming in from the Elementrix. I like the fact that they're just a two-man team. They've got 5 kills to their name, and they're not even acting like they're just a two-man team, and these are just things that we really really love to see, as we're going to be getting yet another zone shift as that zone continues to shift towards that eastern edge of the circle, now focusing on Minas Generalis, the outskirts, and La Bendita. If you know La Bendita, you know that this way gets crazy. Any team who is on the edge, you actually have to play on the edge of that crown of La Bendita for as long as possible, because you cannot go in the middle of the crown. If you go in the middle of the crown, it is going to be you're going to be literal shooting practice. And here comes this is where I kind of like to ask, was it worth it? Right now, Stalwart Esports have lost 3 players in San Martin. They left to just 1 player left, who has to get into the zone with not the most of vehicles, and that zone is definitely not as nice anymore. This is zone 4. This is that crazy zone. This is where the zone starts to get, hurtful. You have to heal almost as much as you're moving. And it's pretty much just going to be engagements from here onward, as the guys from Freestyle hear the little bit of shots, those little noise coming in from the bottom of the hill, which is going to be none other but Elementrix. And they're like, you know what? We do not like when the lobby is noisy, and they might just be sending it. But who knows how they will play it. We are left with just 9 teams left in the lobby. The zone is looking very very crazy. We can see Rage holding it up on that eastern edge, and this is where it gets crazy. They are on the east. They are also holding that eastern part of the crown, and I feel like it will play out well for them a lot. And man, am I excited for this one, because all of these teams have to get into the zone. I'm pretty much counting out Stalwart Esports as of this point. I know you cannot try the heal strat in Miramar, but I mean, you probably should, because I feel like that is actually an option. DRS Gaming still alive, and that's the thing, there's still the big names actually up, still alive in this lobby. We've got DRS Gaming still alive. We've got the guys from I8, they're still alive in this one. The guys from Virtual Gaming Africa also still alive in this one, as the engagements continue on the ground of La Bendita. We can already see the shots coming in from Rage team, as now is the time that they've decided to put out their rage. Now is the time that they're gonna have to actually get crazy, as we can see the shots coming in towards guys from Freestyle. They're pulling in closer and closer, because this is actually the crown. Like I said, this is the crown of La Bendita. Everybody wants to play on the crown, because you cannot play in any other place. These are the tasking zones, but this is now DRS up against Bablu, the Big Brothers, and you can already see the nades coming in from Killer Whitey to get down yet another player. That is the thirst, and here comes the push, here comes the engagement. He's very aware. It's Beast up against DRS Gaming, as you can just see the shots coming in, and that man has got yet another grenade. He's prepping it, and here comes the push. Delta gets in, but that is the nade from Ruse OG to take down yet another player. DRS Gaming cannot hang on too tight on this edge. They have to find a way into the zone, but they've got receivers. It's going to be the guys from IAT Sports playing receivers for them, as Ghost is going to be able to get that introductory knock. And the question is, are they going to send it? It's most likely not worth it, as that zone continues to shift. We get yet another zone shift. This is where it starts to get crazy. DRS Gaming, they have to get their revive. And look at what I was saying about the zone. It is now an Eastern Zone. This is where it's crazy. The guys from Rage Team, they read this zone perfectly. They are here for it. They are chilling. They are just enjoying. They're just going to play gatekeepers. And I kind of like this is a situation where you want to hold a 2-2 split because you know that the only two places people can come in from are from each side of that crown. And it's actually crazy. I thought it was going to center up in La Bendita, but it is not. And this is where it's now getting crazy. The push coming in from the guys from Freestyle, they are trying to push up onto Rage Team. And the question is, who is Rage Team going to keep out of the zone? They cannot keep out all of the team. They've only got two players. And one player I don't like to see is guys from I8. I kind of don't like the position they're holding because, like I said, you will be shooting practice if you find yourself in the middle of the crown. And just as I say, we see the guys from Elementrix also finding their way into the center of La Bendita. How well are they going to play it? Will they be able to hold it up? That is the question in mind. We're still down to 19 to 26 players still alive. Everyone is trading shots as everyone's just shooting all around. Who wins the game? Who is actually going to be able to play it? If Rage Team doesn't win it, who wins it? I've got my money on Rage Team, so I actually want to see how they're going to play it. As like I said, it's still long range engagements coming in from pretty much everyone because the terrain is definitely not forgiving, and the guys from Virtual Gaming can testify to that as their foes is going to be the one on the receiving end of those bullets. 4 seconds on the clock, and that deadly zone is going to begin to move again. And there we go. That is that zone. DRS Gaming have to find a way into the zone, and you can just see them trying to penetrate in from that western edge, but it's not going to pay out. They lose one player to the guys from A1 Esports, or actually they lose. Yeah, they're actually losing players one after the other as Ruse OG finds himself down. A1 Esports is now in the vicinity. They're driving straight into the middle of Bendita and they find themselves there, DRS Gaming. But many of these other teams, they are still in those engagements. SW-1 Esports, that one more player left. He's trying to find a way into the zone. But like I said, I have counted that man out of this fight a long time ago as we get yet another zone shift. This is actually very crazy, because these zone shifts are definitely not forgiving. A1 Esports already beginning to rage into the lobby. They've got 7 kills to their name, and they are not going to be stopping anytime soon. They did get 3 kills straight off the bat upon landing, but Team Rage, or the Rage team, getting pushed by the Freestylers, and I believe that is 3 players lost to Team Rage. Oh, actually lost from Team Rage, and that is going to be the full squad wipe. A1 Esports, they definitely heard that engagement, and they are here for the third party. And here we go. Here comes the nades. They knew that's actually a good position. They read the kill feed, and this is what I love to see, right? A1 Esports up in that push. It is literally a 3v2 fight right now. And there comes the introduction knock onto Somi. The push coming in from Hoa on the side. He's going to be the one to take out the second player from the Freestylers. It's going to be Wasi down. And this is actually very good play coming in from A1 Esports. And just like that, we've got 5 teams left. That is going to be the end of the Freestylers. The guys from Elementrix, though, are getting pushed by I8 Esports out there in the middle of the crown, and down they will be going as Yeta. Utah is the last one left. He is on fire, and the shot from VGS will be the one to take that man back to the lobby. 4 teams left in the zone. That zone is actually a very crazy one. I8 Esports is definitely, this is the time where they have to keep quiet. This is the time where they shouldn't be making any noise, because they are literally going to be the center of attraction of the whole lobby. Virtual Gaming are the ones playing third party. They're the ones actually playing gatekeepers onto the guys from I8 Esports. But how long can they play it for? Yafos is getting heavily grenaded, but the third party coming in from Rage Team is going to be the one doing a whole lot of damage, and down goes one more player from Virtual Gaming Esports or Africa, as they will be down to just one more team left in the lobby. Alpha Luigi trying to find a way into the zone, but that's going to be I8 Esports claiming that kill. I8 Esports, A1 Esports, and the Rage Team will be the last ones left. And this was what I was saying about coming into the crown. You will literally be shooting practice, and the guys from I8 Esports are suffering the wrath of that decision that they made. The question is, were they able to get enough kills? 6 kills that they were able to get from that center of the crown. But like I said, they will be the center of attraction for pretty much everyone in this lobby, as you can just see all the shots raining towards Uzum's position. And this is where it gets crazy. 10 kills onto the name from A1 Esports, and there's still 3 people left to kill. It's a 4v3 situation, a 4v2 v1. 1 player left on the guys on the side of I8 Esports. As you can see, Team Rage, or the Rage team, pushing up onto A1 Esports. This is a very bold push coming in from Faster, and just as his name says, he goes out quick or fast, just like that. Knight is going to be the one trying to see if he can continue on the push, but he is literally on the wrong side of the hill as he go down. A 4v1 fight. A1 Esports coming in today, starting in from the south of Los Leones, and you can just see them pushing in. They know exactly where the last player is. It's just a matter of how do we want to kill him. You can already see them letting the smokes fly, the pre-fires, the nades, A1 A Sports. It's a 1v4. There is no way on earth that man is holding it up as the boys from A1 Esports get us the first winner chicken dinner of the day with nothing but a whooping 13 kills. Like I said, they started off the bat. Started with the first 3 kills in Los Leones, and they continued to rampage as they got into the zone. This was crazy. Coming into the crown as late as possible, that was interesting. Holding it up, looking at the kill feed, the way they were able to get their push was just excellent. Team I8 finishing second place there as they're able to get 6 kills. I'm quite impressed that I8 were able to hold it up to that point. Normally, I wouldn't expect them to do that much. Rage team holding it up in third place, given their positioning on the map. I am very impressed. I kind of like it. The guys from Virtual Gaming finishing in fourth place, representing Africa strongly with 4 kills. The guys from Elementrix in fifth place with 5 kills. Freestylers or Freestyle in sixth place with 3 kills. The guys from ST in seventh with 3 kills. The guys from DRS in eighth place with 5 kills. Ninth place is going to be Bablu with no kills. 10th place is going to be the guys from the Grounders with 0 kills. 11th place is going to be the Arctic what? Arctic something. I don't remember. I'm just going to call them the Arctics. Actually, in 11th place with 0 kills. 12th place is going to be Triple Esports with no kills. And Blackjack Esports going out early in 13th place. And like I was saying, I'm actually quite impressed. The top 3, definitely not a huge surprise to me. A1 Esports played it beautifully. They played it perfectly. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better way to play. They were able to read that queue feed. They were able to push up into engagements. IAT Sports also doing the same, as they were excellent. Like I said, I wasn't even expecting them to do that much, and you could just say our man with the most kills in the lobby is going to be none other but Hoa, as he was able to get 4 kills and 771 damage. That is what Miramar does to you. Top able to get the most kills. Actually, we're going to go back to me actually. Top able to get the most kills, and Sketch is going to be the one grabbing most of grabbing that final kill of the day. That was actually impressive play coming out from A1 Esports. 13 kills, winner chicken dinner. What more could you ask for? That was actually excellent coming in from this team. I was so excited. I was so pumped. I couldn't have asked for a better way to start the day. Miramar happens to be a very crazy game, a very crazy map. We kind of see this almost every time. Those zone shifts are unpredictable. I thought that zone was going to continue to go central, but it's like, no, Crowns, not today. The zone decided to start going towards that east. It became very crazy, favoring the crown of La Bendita. And like I said, La Bendita is definitely a nightmare for all of these teams. IAT Sports, I do not know how you did it, but I am actually giving you every single accolade that you deserve, because that was actually impressive. I thought once you get into the crown of once you get into the center of the crown, I thought that was a GG's. I thought that's the end. But fortunately they were able to hold it up to a second place finish. I am impressed. But anyway, more to come. That was the first game of the day. There's a saying that says it is a marathon, not a sprint. Today is a marathon. It's definitely not a sprint. And I am here for you all through. First game done and dusted is Miramar. Second game is going to be none other for Erangel. A couple of these teams will be sitting out for the next game of the day. But you know what? I am just as excited to see the next teams that we have got in the lobby. Without further ado, I'm going to be sending you into the BRP, and I will be right back. Well, hello. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 8R Stars Cup. In case you've not noticed, we are seeing the stars from pretty much all the regions come in today to show us just exactly what they can do. And the next couple of stars are coming in. It's going to be different teams coming into the lobby this time. And I am psyched. I am pumped. This time we've got more teams in the lobby. We're going into pretty much everyone's favorite map. It's going to be none other but Erangel. This is the second game of the day. We have seen some other teams, the first teams, actually come in today to show us what they've got. But guess what? It only gets better as we're about to see yet another set of teams from these same regions, Africa, Pakistan, and South Asia. It's a different group this time coming in today to show us exactly what they've got. Without further ado, I will be taking you into the second game of the day. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the holy grounds of Erangel. It's a very eastern playing path, taking us all the way from that southeastern edge up to the north. If you guys don't know what I'm saying, it's taking us from the beach and the waters of Novorepnoye straight up to the waters and the outline of Severny. I'm actually looking forward to seeing how these teams are going to be able to jump off. I'm looking forward to seeing the engagement. I'm looking forward to seeing how these teams are going to pull up. But anyway, the teams that we've got in the lobby this time, we've got the guys from Big Brothers, Stalwart Esports, Triple Esports. We've got the guys from oh my god, Elementrix. We've got the guys from Elementrix Esports. We've got the guys from Rage Team. We've got the guys from ARG. I believe that is Africa something gaming. 1 second. I promise you, I'm gonna know the name of all of these teams. Arab Golden Esports, actually. Arab Gold Esports. We've got the guys from Arctic Pythons. We've got the guys from Slime 4KT. We've got the guys from Tough. That is one team I'm looking forward to. Team Tough. We've got the guys from Team Darkness. Wow. Wow, these teams. Now we've got Bablu. There's Bablu and then there's Big Brother. So the other team was Big Brother and then there's Bablu in this lobby. We've got the guys from IR. Oh my god. Man, this is actually a lobby. In case you don't know who IR is, I believe IR is 1 round, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 1 round. We've got the guys from DFE Desert Flame. We've got the guys from 7 Seas GSM, and we've got the guys from Greedy 4 kills. This is actually a very tasty lobby. I am looking forward to it. It's Erangel, and I like the fact that I'm not seeing too many hot drops except for Novorep Nonye and somewhere around that farm area. And I'm actually not surprised about this little bit of cluster that we've got. We've got the guys from the Big Brothers holding it up very close to the guys from Desert Flame Esports down there in the southern edge, and the zone is a military base zone. These are craziness. Every single time there's actually a fight in Pochinki too. Every single time there is or that we start a game, we always start Erangel with a military island zone. And to be honest, we could not and we cannot ask for any more than that. There is fights going on in about 3 places in the map. We've got one fight going on in Pochinki, as we've got Pochinki, we've got a fight going on in Farm, and we've got a fight going on in Novo Repnon here. But pretty much all of the teams scattered all across the map. We've got the guys from Team Bablo up there on the northern edge. Ooh, okay. Anyway, as I was saying, like it's actually huge craziness going on here, as we can already see even the guys from Muta, that's the guys from 1 round, definitely realize what is going on, and you can already see them just heading towards that farm area, and everyone is trying to probably cross over to the other side of the bridge. I believe the fight in Pochinki is done, and the guys from Team Rage or Rage Team are going to be the ones, the conquerors of Pochinki, as they will be able to send away the guys from 7C GSM. But anyway, it's a Muta craziness going on out here, as there is a whole lot of teams out here in Muta. You can see 4Q's already to the name for Rage Team, as they only lost one player in that engagement. It's pretty much a fair fight if you ask me. The guys from Big Brothers pulling away from that farm area, as the guys from 1 round are already finding their way, trying to just cross over to the other side of the bridge, because they know they're not crossing, actually they're going for the engagement. Oh my god, actually finding one of the players from Desert Flame, and that is definitely not the fight that they wanted, as it's going to be 6God, the man who finds himself down for Desert Flame. Wow, that's actually crazy. This is definitely not the starts that they wanted. See, Flacco, Boyden, and Maestro, the last 3 men left to hold it up. That is a team that I am familiar with, so I'm looking forward to seeing how they will play it out today. But wow, That is definitely not what they wanted. This is definitely not the start that any of these teams wanted. Stalwart Esports still out there in Novo Repnoye, as they will still be. I think they're out there with the guys from Greedy for Kills, as they're just holding it up, trying to make sure that this fight or they do not lose any players. Stalwart Esports did get hot drop in the first game of the day, which was Myanmar. We did see them holding it up against another team out there in Myanmar. I believe it was the Grounders. Yeah, it was the Grounders in Miramar, and now in Erangel is going to be none other but Greedy for Keys. And to be honest, that is definitely not a team that you actually want to be fighting up against. As you can see, they already did get one elimination onto the guys from Stalwart Esports. And looking at the positioning on the map, it looks like that one elimination was action once again. Actually, I think I'd actually just check. I know they did lose one player, and exactly once again the guys from Stalwart Esports losing action quite early in the game. This is definitely, like I said, this is the second game that they're going into without action. The man, the myth, the legend of that team. But I do think Desert Flame are having interest in actually pushing that one. It's like I said, this is a military island zone. Everyone's priority right now is our on Earth. Are we going to get to the other side of the bridge? But that's where it gets crazy, as this fight from Desert Flame is already getting started out there. We can already see Nox coming in through, Flacco doing in the damage, Boydin also doing in a little bit of damage, and whoa, one disconnected player from Giddy for kills, and he's not been spotted yet. But anyways, here comes the fight in just the buildings that watch the bridge. It's going to be building, pushing up into that fight. He's up in a 1v2. He's got Flex and yet another player from, oh my goodness, from one round. And there we go. One round losing yet another player. Desert Flame able to push up onto this engagement. They're able to get the knocks. And just like that, one round, they are left with just one player left. It's going to be none other but Eflex just holding it up down here in the stairs. It's only a matter of time before he gets spotted, as Maestro definitely knows there is one more player here. Same thing I'm saying about Boydin. They're pushing up in a 2v1 up against this last player from one round. He spot the Uzis in the hand of everyone, or actually the SMGs in the hands of these players. Maestro's got a grenade. But how are they gonna push up onto this one? The smoke's coming in through from that one player from one round. But this is one round. He's got one life. E-Flex. Can he clutch it up? He's up in a 1v2. The guys from Desert Flame has to finish this fight as quickly as possible. Flacco needs a revive. They are in a 1v2. They cannot waste any more time. Boydin deciding to go. He's opting to go for that revive as more shots will be coming out towards him. And this is where it gets crazy. They have to finish this as fast as possible. E-Flex is able to get one player down. Up in a 1v1 against Building, who does not have enough HP to his name. The pre-fire is coming in through. Trying to see if he can get a little bit of, those angles, but there he goes, the thirst, yet another kill to their name. One round up against the guys from Desert Flame. It's literally a 1v1. Desert Flame does not have the HP to speak about, and there we go, down they go. Desert Flame going out just like that to the guys from one round. This is yet another fight where we question ourselves, was it worth it? That is what we want to. Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to say this. I really hate to say this, but unfortunately, there would be a remake of this game. I'm being told right now that there's going to be a remake of the game. So, that being said, pretty much everyone's. Oh, I already got so riled up. I already got so riled. Yeah, but anyway, as I was saying, due to one or two issues, there will be a remake of this game. But I might as well just cast it, and I think the players are beginning to figure that out one after the other, or not. I am not too sure, um, but I'm being told right now that there is going to be a remake, and I was actually very pumped up about this game. I am looking forward to seeing how this game is gonna end, but unfortunately, we're gonna have to redo the whole thingy. Wow. Yeah, yeah, it's only a matter of time, and I think all the players are getting that memo one after the other, and they may have to just exit. This is actually a game that we're quite excited for. I'm not too sure. It says there will be a remake, but it's still showing the game, which is kind of weird. But I don't know. Arab Golden Esports finding their way into the zone. They already found their way onto that military base island. And it's a matter of who's going to be the gatekeepers, who are going to be the breach campers, who are going to be the ones to make it into the zone. These are one of those zones that you just, I as a caster, hopes every team tries to find a way. Oh, okay. One moment, they're still making the decision. Okay, every team is trying to find a way to cross over to the other side, while you know, the zone now moves up to that north. So I'm actually expecting a northern zone shift from here. So keeping my fingers crossed, and um and I'm hoping I'm hoping there's no restart or remake for this one. It says there may or may not be a remake. So we're looking forward to seeing how this one is going to play out. Stalwart Sport already did lose one player earlier on in the engagement, as we can see. We're about to get yet another zone shift. Um, I love this game. To be honest, I really, really love this game. And if you're looking at the zone that I am looking at, you will be able to understand, or you will understand what I mean when I say I love this game. I thought it was going to be a military base zone, but trust me, the main island is still very much in play. The main island is still very, very much in play, as we can just see that zone shifting way over to the west. There is literally not even so many parts of the military base in the circle. The IGLs in this lobby probably have their hands on their head because this is not what they expected. And like, I really, really love zones like this. Like I said, I live for these kind of games. I'm here for it. So please shower me with this. And teams like Team Tough, teams like Big Brother, teams like Slime 4KT, Team Bablu, the guys from Team Darkness. These are teams that are definitely that are kind of happy, you know. These are teams that are happy that, you know, we've not found a way to cross. We've not lost any players trying to cross the bridge, and I really, I'm really, really looking forward to seeing how they can do it, because now there's going to be a whole lot of trouble on that military base bridge. The Novo Bridge, we thought that Novo Bridge was actually occupied, but trust me, the military base bridge is about to be a hot zone right now. The guys from Team Darkness still loading it up on that eastern edge, and I kind of like the play coming out from Team Darkness right now. They're trying not to pick a side yet. I think they are very aware that that bridge is okay, so they're hoping to see where the next zone might actually go, so they would know if they're gonna send through the bridge, or if they would actually just decide to hold it up on that northern half of the circle. It's pretty much whichever way they go. It's pretty much a good play, if you ask me, and that is something that I'm looking forward to. We can already see teams clustering up on that military base bridge, and I like the guys from Greedy for Kills deciding not to rush, and deciding not to like push up onto that onto the other side, because like I said, no one knows if this zone is going to remain north, or if this zone is going to push up to the if it's going to push up to the military island, or push up to the chunk on the military island, as long range engagements will be coming in through from all of the teams. Now this is zone 2. We've lost 2 teams so far, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, we have lost 2 teams. I think that was G3, sorry, Desert Flame, and what was the other team? I don't remember. But anyway, teams already finding their way into the circle. I do like the play coming in from the guys from the Arctic Pythons, as they are coming in from that way southern edge of the Sosnovka military base. It's kind of a good play, and like I said, the military base bridge is going to be a huge hot drop for many of these teams. And looking at the positioning from all of these teams, like you see the guys from Slime 4KT, right, holding it up on that northern edge, chilling on the top of the hills of Pochinki. Pretty much a good play, provided that zone goes up north. And I feel like at this point in the circle, oh my god, one player from one round just lost his life. I feel like at this point in the game, pretty much all the IGLs has got them. They're like, you know what? They're taking that huge risk. Everyone is probably like, you know what? Whatever happens, I'm just gonna put I'm just gonna put my hope that the zone is going to come to the north. Many of these IGLs are like, you know what, I'm going to put my money on the south, as you can just see all of them deciding not to cross. No one is lurking by that bridge just too much because there's actually a lot of teams on the bridge. You can see the guys from Stalwart Esports. We've got Greedy for Kills. We've got the guys from we've got the guys from we've got the guys from X. I keep forgetting what it means though. Elementrix actually. You see the guys from Elementrix, all of them all holding it up in that part of the map. All right. That being said, Arab Golden Esports holding it up and holding it up as a full man squad. And that's pretty much one thing that I really enjoy to see because earlier in the game, you actually want to have your full squad up, right? And many of these teams already losing one player as the game already started. I'm still waiting for that decision, but I think they're gonna go on with the map, or sorry, with the match. I don't think there will be a replay or a restart of today's of this game. I wouldn't even actually root for a restart because I mean we've got 6 games today, and that's gonna be taking us a whole lot of time. And that being said, Zone is already beginning to close in. The guys from Team Darkness deciding to forfeit that bridge as they find their way over to that eastern edge of the circle. The guys from Team Bablu also holding it up on that northeastern edge. Slime 4KT holding up a large 2-2 split up on that north. And we're about to get yet another zone shift. You guys are not ready for what is about to happen because that zone has shifted and the gamble was south. Every other person in a whole lot of danger. The only one bridge leads into the military base and lets the chaos begin is what the guys from Team Bablu have said as they start that engagement up against the guys from Team Darkness. But I don't think they want to fully engage in that one. Triple Esports are going to be the ones on the receiving end of the bullets, of the shots, as the guys from Bablu getting those kills, trying to just make sure there's third party coming in from Team Darkness. But like I said, their top priority is to get to the other side of the bridge. Triple Esports also has to get to the other side of the bridge. And like I said, this was what the guys from Team Darkness were doing because like they would be able to find a way into the zone from that eastern edge. But you can just see all of these teams finding their way into the zone. Slime 4KT driving towards the east because they know that the western bridge is definitely not an option. Team Darkness on the shorelines, 1 minute and 16 seconds, taking in the shots towards the guys from Team Bablu, but they will not be quite getting anyone out of the game, out of the vehicles yet. And this is where it's getting crazy. 12 teams, 43 players. Everyone has to find a way to that southern edge of the circle. And like I was saying, even before the zone shifted, there were a lot of teams on the south. So which means like even trying to get to that point from the east is still going to be a huge problem. The guys on the bridge are just out here waiting. We've got the guys from Team Tough. They're just here on the military island bridge and they're waiting. They're in for it. They're waiting for pretty much anyone who tries to cross, and everyone's option is to actually go in from the Novo bridge. And like this is, you can just see everyone is sending it to that position, and Team Darkness also sending it to that location. The guys from Big Brother Esports are ready. They're holding it up on that on the military base bridge, the western bridge, because they know, they're aware, they're like, there's no way you're getting into the zone except through the bridges, and that is actually craziness. And that's actually craziness. I can just see the guys from Elementrix, they've found their way to the military base, the real military base, as they would just be holding it up, putting that. And like I said, today or this game is just a gamble of all the teams, right? All of these teams are just out here hoping that they've made the right decision because no one truly knows where that zone is headed, right? And you know there's like 2 teams out there on the Novo Bridge, on the Eastern Bridge, who are still trying to fight and fight it out. Team Bablu, though, I like the play. They're able to get Pan to get into the zone while the rest of their teammates will be holding it up on that Eastern Bridge. But this is where it's trouble. Many of these teams might have to go for the swimming strat because like that military base bridge, definitely not an option. And this is what we live for, right? This is the Erangel craziness that we live for. This is what we always want to see. Slime 4KT already have the zone pushing in just right behind their backs, and they have to find a way into this next zone. And looking at the fact that they're still in their vehicles, I think they are going to be heading, or they will be trying to go in from that military base bridge. And to be honest, left to me, definitely not an option. I wouldn't even try it. The guys from Greedy for Qs holding it up on that off-center part of the circle. And this is where it's crazy. Many of these teams have not even found a way to cross yet. And we are getting yet another zone shift. So it's crazy. Team Bablu deciding to leave the... Oh my god, yet another zone. And Team Bablu, as I was saying, deciding to forfeit that bridge because this is zone 5. It's definitely not forgiving. As you can just see them finding their way into the zone from that eastern edge. Team Darkness still on that bridge, hoping to just find a way into the circle. But straight up from the north, we've got the guys from Big Brother finding a way into the circle. Stalwart Esports find themselves in the circle in the center of the circle as they are trying to just push that engagement towards the guys from the Arctic Pythons. And the Arctic Pythons already getting one player knocked. They realize that, you know what, maybe we don't want to be on that side of things, as they'll be coming to the other side of the compound, which is pretty much a good play. They've got to park those vehicles very well, and they will just be all right. And right now, it's just a matter of, I don't even think it's a matter of fighting, right? Because pretty much everyone is just trying to make it over to the military base and just, settle, right? That is pretty much what is on everyone's mind. Everyone just wants to settle right now. And I believe the guys from Slime will be deciding or will be opting for that swimming. But regardless, whatever anyone is going to do, they've got 30 seconds to actually do it. So the question is, how well would they be able to do it? And I believe they're going for that later rotation, which is actually quite a nice play. But they will just be running into yet another team which was on the bridge, and I believe that was Team Tough, who have still got the time to spare. But here we go. Slime 4KT finding a way to the other side of the bridge, and I think they get the memo. I think they pretty much see that there is a team there. How are they going to do? What's the plan in mind? Virus eventually gets spotted and down he goes. One player down for Team Tough. Slime 4KT. What is the play? Koa goes down. It's a trade. The revives can still come through. But can they do it? Pronto just trying to hold it up as Storm finds a way, trying to cross to the other side of the bridge. But this is the crazy zone. This is the zone that is not forgiving, as that zone now begins to close up. All players have to heal. All players have to be boosted up. Pronto gets into the buggy. What is the play? What is the play? That is the question right now. Virus is most likely going to bleed out, and Team Tough are just holding it up. And Slime deciding to go for the smoke play. I love it. As you can just see them trying to just blind their opponents. Pronto still in the vehicles. Nades being thrown out to the ground. Pronto might just drive into that nade. And I like the play coming in from Edgar. And here comes the push. Slime 4KT in the vehicles. One player goes by. It is Torn. He almost gets uprooted. The HP definitely not there to speak for him. He's very low. He has to heal. The third part's coming in from behind as Koa is down. And Slime lose 3. It was almost a nice play, but they are down to just one more player. It's going to be none other but Pronto. And that was so close. But here comes the zone to do its own thing. Pronto very low on HP and he bleeds out. 2 players left for Team Tough, and they have to heal it up. Last first aid kits in the hands of everyone as that zone has now closed. And I believe now we can now go in to the fights that are happening in the center of the circle. Slime 4KT not expecting anyone to still be on that western bridge, but unfortunately that was not the case. They did find another team there, which was Team Tough, and like I said, they had the time to spare. Greedy for Kills happening to find himself in a whole lot of hocus pocus as Rauf is getting heavily battered by the boys from Big Brother. Big Brother Esports just taking in the shot. Stalwart Esports still out there on the top of the hill, putting in the pressure, putting in the work. And can the guys from Big Brother, can they do it? Rauf on the other hand from Greedy for Kills in a whole lot of problems. Panic. Taking in more shots, and Greedy for Kills, they're holding an involuntary split right now. And I think Wise is going to be looking for a way to just pick up Rauf and find a better way into the circle. This is actually a very crazy circle. We've got 9 teams left in the lobby. And it's now that I throw the question, who do you guys think actually goes on with the winner chicken dinner? Who wins this game? Rauf in a whole lot of trouble, and the guys from Big Brother, they know they've done the damage, they know they've done the work, and I like the push coming in from them because they know they can actually get that kill. But more shots still coming in from that northern edge of the circle. As going to be the guys from STE, Stalwart Esports taking in shots. They find Wise, and Greedy for Kills left to just the one player who's in a lot of trouble, none other but Rauf. The guys from Team Tough find a way, or Tough Team Tough find a way into the circle, holding it up on that northern edge. They'll be edging in from that from the western edge of the circle. Probably be facing off onto the guys, facing up against the guys from Arctic Pythons, but I think they will be fine. They do push and crash into the compound, and now it is a 2v4 fight. One player goes down. It's going to be Murtaza finding himself victims to the players or to the Pythons, the Arctic Pythons, and Shiro has got a nade in hand. His head is exposed. He doesn't get the nade out, and that was a close one as we get another zone shift. This is zone 5. Edgar in a lot of trouble. He has to heal, but I don't reckon he's got any more of those healables. The zone does shift down south. Stalwart Esports will be the ones enjoying the new zone. The guys from Elementrix Esports also find themselves on that southern edge of the circle, and I kind of like the play from Elementrix, right? They're holding it up quite nicely. Team Bablu were able to pick up a ton of kills on that bridge, and you can just see them finding a way into the circle. They've got 5 kills to their name, and if I'm not mistaken, Stalwart Esports still in a whole lot of trouble. The nades are flying towards the guys from Arab Golden Eagles, and more nades. They're letting the nades do the talking. More nades still flying out, and here comes the push. It is literally a 3v2 fight. That nade is very close to Whisper. He doesn't get him down, but there we go. The molly is going to be the finishing touch on that fight. As Stalwart Esports get away that fight. They've got 7 kills to their name. Zone getting as small as ever. The guys from Big Brother have to come in from that northern edge of the circle, but it is all open fields. It is literally all open field. The only source of cover right now would be the vehicles, as everyone has to get into the zone. The Arctic Pythons has to find a way into the zone. That's western edge of the circle still pretty much open for teams to find a way through. And you can just see the guys from Team Tough will be the ones going in for that play, but they decide to take it a little bit south, driving straight into the arms of the guys from Stalwart Esports. Is going to be Team Tough, and you can already see the wrath coming in as those shots coming in from that southwestern edge would already begin to rain out by Stalwart Esports. Ooh, Murtaza goes down to the Pythons. That man used the last bit of his HP, his last piece of health to get that knock. We question again, was it worth it? As nades raining towards Edgar. Man's just prone in the grass, and he doesn't have the new zone. Stalwart Esports doing a whole lot of damage with the grenades today, as they are not even shooting. They are just letting the nades fly. That is what they're here for. They're like, you know what, people? Today is the day that I show you guys just how good I am with the grenades, and they are not disappointing. They are just letting the shots fly. They are letting the nades go out too, and well, 6 teams left in the lobby. Pretty much every team is holding it up on that edge of the circle because, like I said, the circle is pretty much just open fields and uneven ground. Team Bablu, though, they find themselves on the bottom of the hill, and this is trouble for them. As Big Brother, they are very aware of this position, but he's got teammates, Bablu. He's got teammates that are going to do the work for him. Just right behind that Lambo, he's going to find a way to the top of the hill. Has to go on foot because pretty much no vehicle, but I would actually suggest, even if your car is burning, get that burning vehicle into the zone, right? Get that burning vehicle no matter how. Just get that burning vehicle. Find a way to get it into the zone because every single thing would work. Like anything that can shoot, anything that can act as cover, would actually work for you in this circle. And you can just see Stalwart Esports holding it up on that southwestern edge. They're having fun, and Edgar about to get stung from the blue, but R98 tried to come in from behind him, but the guys from Stalwart Esports, like I said, they are enjoying. They are having a whole lot of fun today as they're down, or they are already up to 10 kills to their name, and they would still be continuing on this one. But guess what? I think the Big Brothers are the next in line. As one player gets spotted, make that the second one as he gets spotted in between that triangle, as we are now down to 3 teams left in a beautiful love triangle. Team Bablu, the guys from Elementrix Esports, and Stalwart Esports. Stalwart Esports looking very, very confident. 11 kills to their name already, and they're just firing away. They're literally every other person is literally shooting practice to them, as Team Wolf eventually gets pushed by the guys from Elementrix Esports. And given the shots coming in from Elementrix, right, this is where it starts to get crazy, because the guys from Stalwart Esports actually have to push. They know where he is, and the nades! Oh my god! Stalwart Esports, they have been dangerous with the grenades. They were not given the chance to show what they could do with grenades in game one, but they're here for game two. Oh, yet another grenade. It is excellent. We are down to a to a 3v2, and more. I thought that was another grenade. I'm like, come on, there's too many grenades, and there we go. It is pretty much a GG's from here on. It's a 1v3. Team Bablo up against Stalwart Esports. He's gonna be Scry going in for the push, but down he goes. Pan is trying to see if he can clutch this one out. Up in a 1v2, but unfortunately, there's too many angles for Bablu, and down he goes. Stalwart Esports. I guess they got angry. They're like, Crowns, you do not count us out. They're like, you know what? I'm counting, because in the first game I was like, Stalwart Esports, I'm already counting them out of the fight. And then they're like, Crowns, you do not do that. Coming into the second game, doubling the points, a 30-point game, 15 kills, and the winner chicken dinner. I couldn't have asked for anything better. Action is probably just out there doing, oh my god, of all the games to be dead, why did it have to be this? Stalwart Esports, 15 kills to their name. Team Pablo coming in stronger in second place with 8 kills to their name. I cannot complain. That is excellent. Elementrix Esports finishing third place with 2 kills. The guys from Big Brother in fourth place with 1. Arctic Pythons in fifth place with 2 kills. Team Tough in sixth place with 3 kills. The guys from Arab Golden Eagles, Arab, Arab. Oh my God, Arab Golden, Arab Golden Esports would be the ones finishing in seventh place with no kills to their name. And I'm actually not surprised that many of these teams that are out here coming towards that bottom page are definitely not or do not have as much kills to their name, because I mean Stalwart Esports got 15. Many of these players were going out to the zone. It was a military base zone. At the point we thought it wasn't going to go to the military island, but then the zone is like, who are you to try to bet? Who are you to try to gamble on where I would go to? That was absolute craziness. That was hocus pocus. That was absolute bonkers coming in from all of these teams. We do see the rest of the kills. Greedy for kills in 8th place with 2 kills. The guys from Rage team in 9th place with 5 kills. I kind of like this team and I'm keeping my eye out for them. To be honest, I'm looking forward to seeing how well they can do. And look at STE just everywhere, top with 8 kills to his name. That's actually huge craziness coming out from all of these teams. And to be honest, I said Erangel is our best map, but I guess Stalwart Esports, they really like that map more than I do, because they came into this second game of the day. They came in raging. The first game of the day, they were calm. They took a lot of time fighting in San Martin. But this second game, they're like, you know what? We will not be actually spending so much time in our landing spot this time. Landing in Nova Repnonye, having not to deal with anybody who's crossing the bridge. And like I said, it became a gamble. Is it going to go north? Or is it going to come south? And that is where many of those teams had a lot of trouble trying to find a way into the circle. The eastern bridge was free, but the western bridge, on the other hand, it was choked. And then they got to a point, the eastern bridge became choked. Team Bablo able to capitalize on that one, as they were able to get about 3 to 4 kills on that bridge alone. Able to finish the game with about 8 kills in total. Like I said, I cannot complain. This was absolutely excellent coming out from all of these teams. I really like to see when the zone challenges people, and it was just a matter of zone. There was no playable place. The guys from Stalwart Esports ready perfectly. They were holding it up in a very beautiful position, and to be honest, I could not have asked for more. That was the second game of the day. Oh my god, that was the second game of the day, and unfortunately, the last game of the day. And I say that with so much sadness. There was a lot of issues in this last game. Like I said, it was almost a restart of the game, but unfortunately, we will not be able to continue with today's game. I hate to bring this news to you. I really hope it did not have to go down this way. There's a lot of server issues we would have to fix. We did run some test matches earlier in the week, but unfortunately, not all the teams were able to join, so we're not able to quite get the experience. And I really hope that by tomorrow things would have gotten fixed. But you know what, that is not going to be all for the 8-hour Stars Cup. I mean, for the African region, the matches have been postponed, but guess what, tonight at 9 p.m. EST Eastern Time. I don't know what time it is in your place, but Tonight or later today, we're gonna be having North America coming through, and this beautiful face will still be up again to come and stream that one for you, to cast that one live for you. So be sure to pull up to this same channel. I will be here later in the day. I sincerely apologize on my behalf, on the behalf of the organizers of ATAR organization. I do seriously apologize for the hiccups that we had today. I apologize to the players and to you guys, the viewers, as all of these situations we do not plan for them, but they happen either ways. That being said, I would see at least a couple of you tonight. But other than that, I'll be back tomorrow for the Arabia region again. But trust me, you're going to be seeing this face a lot, right? So you better get used to it. That being said, I would see you guys later today. Sorry once again. Stay safe, stay connected. It's your boy Crowns. Like the name says, be sure to give me a follow on Instagram. Anyway, it's your boy Crowns. I would see you guys real soon. Stay safe, stay connected. Once again, I am sorry.